Hey guys, and welcome to the latest edition of the Kronos AV Review Diaries. Today, as you can see, we're going to take a look at the Klipsch RP-8000Fs, and this is the Mark II version. These are a really popular speaker. They come in at $1699. So as you can see, it is a substantial speaker for that money. Very competitively priced. And one of the really nice things about Klipsch as well is that not only are they very good with music, but they can also be used really well with more home theater style setups as well. So they're very universal and obviously have that multi-purpose access. So to give you a little bit of details about the 8000F before we get into more of the sound and sort of compatibility with the rest of the system. So what you have obviously here is a titanium tweeter. Now, this is an extremely detailed tweeter. It gives really nice high ends. The only thing we would be careful about is obviously matching it up with the right amp and particularly with the right speaker cables. Generally, a speaker cable, something like silver, could be a little bit tricky with these because it might be a little bit too bright and might be a little fatiguing. Similarly, a very cold amp may not be ideal with these as well. I think ideally as well, an overly powerful amplifier we find isn't the best solution. These are 98 dB, so they're a very sensitive loudspeaker. And for us, a lower powered amp, if you want to go with something like a Valve Class A amp, these are absolutely perfect for these. But even a mid-level, sort of mid-powered amp are absolutely fine. A slightly warmer Class AB is also fine. It's just about finding an amplifier really that has the control, because these speakers can be absolutely fantastic with the right amp and the right speaker cable. But obviously, if you get it slightly wrong and the synergy is not quite right within the system, you could end up with that slightly bright or fatiguing style sound. But if you get the right setup, these are absolutely stunning, and you're going to get fantastic detail out of that titanium tweeter. It obviously comes with two 8-inch copper spun drivers, so there's a lot of punch as well from the mid and bass. Obviously quite a substantial cabinet as well, so you're going to get a lot of bass, a lot of weight to the sound. And another thing of note is they are rear ported. They do use Klipsch's Trantrex system here in the back. They are rear ported, so obviously as well bear in mind the distance you have to the rear wall, because obviously that will have an effect on the level of bass and of course the overall sound. The nice thing about the 8000F is they are bi-wireable. So you have that option as well. They do come with links, so you can obviously run them as standard, but you have the option to bi-wire. They are also set up for Atmos. So again, looking back into that more home cinema style setup, you have the option to use Atmos. And what we find with a lot of our customers with Klipsch is a lot of people who want music, but they also want to run, say, their system through their TV. Something like Klipsch is absolutely brilliant because it gives you the best of both worlds. It does a great job on both sides of the spectrum. So with music, as I said before, if you have the right amp, a tweeter is beautifully detailed. You've got lots of weight to the sound, and they can be very musical with the right amps. Similarly, then again, on the home cinema side, they've got loads and loads of bass, loads of punch. Obviously, all the voices and the details from, say, a movie, for example, are crisp and clear. And you always have that upgrade option with Atmos, or to add even more Klipsch systems if you want to make, say, a 5.1, 7.1 system, etc. So they're a very universal speaker, and obviously at $1699, they are quite a considerable size of speaker. So you're getting a lot of value for money there. As I said before, when we talk about system synergy and what works well with these, do just be careful, in our opinion, with your cable selection and your amplifier selection. These speakers are truly brilliant, but with a cooler amp or a very high powered amp, they can be a little fatiguing. It's not really what they were designed for. They are extremely sensitive. So Valve amps are brilliant. Class A amps are brilliant. Those sort of medium powered Class AB, for example, are excellent. And cable wise is, again, just make sure the cable is not overly bright, as it can make them just a little bit fatiguing, and you're really not getting the absolute best from these fantastic speakers. And it's the same thing with films as well. If you are using this in a more sort of home cinema setup, it's the same thing. When you're watching a film, you want to be able to sit back and relax and enjoy it. You don't want it to be overly fatiguing and hard to listen to sometimes. So it is just worth considering your amplifier, considering the cables you're using, just if you are looking at the Klipsch range. Because if you get it right, they are spectacular. If you get it wrong, you can sometimes have that slightly fatiguing sound. But of course, that's why we're here. So if you have any questions about what these are good to work with, what sort of cables you should be using, what sort of amps you should be using, of course, please feel free to get in touch. We're always happy to help. And all our contact details are available on our website. If you want full specs on these, that, of course, is all on our website as well. We have 0% finance. We can do trade-ins. We have buy now, pay later. We have lots and lots of ways to pay. Again, if you're looking for a sensitive speaker that packs a lot of punch for the money, the Klipsch 8000Fs are definitely worth considering. As I say, when you get these right, when these paired up correctly, they are very musical, warm. The detail is exceptional. And obviously all that weight to the sound as well complements it perfectly. As I said before, titanium tweeter gives you so much detail. Then it's backed up with that weight of these two 8-inch copper spun drivers, so the overall sound has a lot of synergy and works really, really well. Just side note, just be careful, obviously, as I said, about your speaker cable choices and your amplifier choice. But when you get it right, I'm sure you'll be ultra impressed by the Klipsch 8000F Mark IIs.
Superstitious, those writings on the wall are very superstitious. Oh, the ladder's about to fall. The 13-month-old baby that broke the looking glass. 7 years of bad luck, yeah, 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 yeah. All those setting me free. Well, tell me,